Hi, I'm Willie from Productivity by Design. Productivity by Design is a blog that beginners can visit to get more information on leadership and managerial skills development. For today, we are going to look at how to become a manager and what you will need to develop yourself into a good leader. Most people will think that managerial skills are not a necessity because when you become a leader you will have the power to appoint people that knows how to manage. This might be true, but we all know that a leader without skills will never be a good leader of people. They might serve a purpose and achieve some success but will never be regarded as a true leader. This type of leader will also not be able to identify if their subordinates are managing as they should. It is therefore very important that while you are climbing through the ranks you should develop the necessary managerial skills that will enable you to manage the people working for you. Having the right skills as a leader will also get your team to respect and trust you. To help you understand why managerial skills are important for good leadership, we will look at the following: why managerial skills are important. What are the managerial functions expected from you? The 4 primary skill sets of management you will need. You'll also get a short explanation of what the 3 managerial levels are. In the end, you will ask yourself how you become a manager, and hopefully, you will get some answers here. In a few short words, we will summarize this video in the end. If you strive to become a great leader, then self-development is very important. You cannot always wait for life to teach you new lessons. Instead, you can start identifying your weaknesses and develop your skills to overcome that. Self-development is something that must become a norm in your life if you want to achieve success in the corporate world. Throughout your career, it will be necessary to work hard and participate in every aspect of your job. This is the only way you can gain experience that will last you for a lifetime. Corporate positioning is very important for anybody with ambition. Being noticeable and delivering quality output while showing interest will put you in a good position for promotion. It will be necessary for you to go beyond your scope of responsibilities to learn new things. Not being willing to do this will bring you nowhere. Not only will a great portfolio of skills help you to advance your career, but it will also give you self-confidence. Self-confidence is self-free great leaders need to have in order to get the trust and respect of their teams. If you're stepping into a managerial position, then there will be some functions that you are expected to do as part of your responsibilities. It is, therefore, necessary to identify skills needed to complete these functions with efficiency. As a manager and a leader, you will be expected to develop and guide strategies in the workplace that will lead to achieving long-term goals. It is your responsibility to manage all the processes that were set up to make sure that targets are met and goals achieved. It is important that you are able to manage change in the workplace. In today's economy, unfortunately, nothing stays the same for long and you need to adapt to survive. You have a team that you are responsible for, and it is your job to make sure that they remain motivated and inspired by your actions. At the heart of every organization is communication, and through your leadership, you must ensure that communication channels are used. It is also your task to make sure that positive communication is the order of the day. You have to constantly measure and monitor the performance of yourself and your team to make sure that you are on track to achieve goals. Without measurement, you will be lost in a corporate wilderness with no positive outcome. Finally, you have to lead your team in a positive direction at all times. There are 4 primary managerial skills that everybody needs to know before thinking of advancing into a leadership role. Planning. No organization or workplace can function without a plan. It is necessary for you to develop skills that will make sure that you can develop plans that are executable and realistic. Organizing. Organizing skills are very important because that is your way of putting things together in an orderly fashion. Having everything in place where it belongs makes it so much easier to manage your team. Leadership. Having developed leadership skills are very important from early on, as your team will be depending on you to give guidance. Without leadership, your team will be fragmented and there will be no cohesion in their efforts to achieve any goals. Control. Learning control skills will enable you to be a leader without having to resort to manipulative measures. It will also help you to identify the fine line between micromanagement and delegation. In every organization, all business, there are 3 levels of management that you can find yourself in. These are lower management, middle management, and executive or top-level management. When you are in lower management, you are in control of people and have responsibilities for a team. You don't have to necessarily be called a manager or have a manager in your title, because it is the responsibilities that you have that will need managerial skills. Normally, people that will fall into this category will be team leaders, supervisors, or even just the most senior person in the team. With the necessary skills and the ability to show that you can accept responsibility, it normally gets recognized by moving you up into middle management. People typically falling into this category will be the head of departments, sectional managers, or people who have specialized skills that give them some form of seniority. Only if you perform well and develop the necessary skills will you be considered a major asset to the organization or company. This is when your chances are good to move into an executive level or some other top-level management position. With this comes enormous responsibility and accountability that you must be ready for. Being at the executive level means full-on leadership and not just a title. There are some more skills that you can have a look at developing while growing your career. Being good at this will count in your favor as you step up to the corporate level. Having technical skills is very important because it shows that you know your environment and the complexity that goes with it. Conceptual skills are the ability to identify different situations and figure out solutions to problems. Every person wanting to be a leader should have interpersonal and communication. Will see if I want to run a team efficiently. Connecting to your team is important, and this can only be done by understanding them and communicating well with them. Decision-making skills is important as your team will rely on you to find solutions. Sometimes these solutions need to be placed into effect immediately, and therefore you must know which decision will be the most advantageous. Analytical skills will help you in any situation that you might find yourself in. It is important to not rush into decision-making, but if you have good analytical skills you will be able to dissect any situation. As far as I'm concerned, there are only 3 ways that you can become a manager. The first one is by luck, which means that you did not intend to become a manager, but you are doing something right and were identified as the best of the bunch. This does not always work out if you did not have any of the required managerial skills for the task. Some people move up in the organizational structure just by being in the right place at the right time. This is a situation of knowing somebody and following a leader who can take you places. There is nothing wrong with this as long as you make sure that you focus on self-development and the skills required to keep you there. For most successful leaders, it all comes down to developing the necessary skills and gaining experience along the way. These leaders normally will perform the best as they have come through the school of hard knocks. In conclusion, we can say that the only way to become a manager and move to the top level of being a leader is to work the corporate ladder. By saying this, I mean that you have to be focused on your career path and gain the necessary skills to keep you on the ladder. Self-development is very important as it is a lifelong strategy that will make you more effective in your tasks. By doing things outside of the scope of your work responsibilities, you will gain experience that will put you above the rest. Never said no to any opportunity to learn something. It is important to set yourself career goals and then put the effort in to maintain consistency by working hard at it. Hope you enjoyed this article, and don't forget to visit us at Productivity by Design for more tips and information on leadership and management. Follow the link below to the online article and our website. Thank you.